Hi everyone, my name's Adam and this is Bo. He is my 5-year-old German Shorthaired Pointer and he's an active dog. So he has his spills and run-ins with trees and bushes when he's running through the forest at 100 miles an hour. So I check him regularly. So he's a little bit pampered that he has access to chiropractic care. But what I wanted to show you in this video is just an example of a typical chiropractic adjustment on a dog. Now, first off, you're not going to get those loud audible pops like you would with manual type adjusting that you do with humans. It is manual adjustments with dogs, but their joints and vertebrae are a lot smaller than what they are for humans. So even Bo, he's a 65-pound dog. I can be pretty firm with him, but with smaller dogs, it's usually a lot lighter and a lot more gentle type touch with them. But usually dogs are good because they have no outside influence. So they respond really well to care. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. They're not trying to hide that, and they have no, like I said, outside influence affecting whether or not they get better. They just do. They want to be better. They want to be able to run and move. So Bo doesn't really have too many main issues. The odd time he comes up with a front end limp if he runs really hard and he's maybe doing a lot of hunting, but usually he's pretty good. So the first thing I like to do is check the back end. And typically where I start is checking some of the muscle tones through the hip flexors. These hip flexors attach to the low backs of the lumbar spine in dogs. And if they have any hip issues, knee issues, or even low back issues like intervertebral disc disease, then what's gonna happen is they're gonna get a lot of tightening through there. So how this will present is typically the dog will be tucked under in its hind end. And some breeds are more, predisposed to having that hind end tucked down, like a Whippet or even a German Shepherd, for example, that might be a little bit lower in the back end. But most breeds you can tell right away if that's going to be a sore area. So just feeling in there, and I usually tell a lot of my clients and their owners to work on that if they do have these low back issues. So I'll go through with Bo here and show you an example of how I'd adjust a dog. Good boy, good boy. Stay. And as you can see, Bo's a little bit excited because he's staring out the window and there's a squirrel on the driveway. So he wants to get running. Good. So this area in the mid back here is really important when I look at small dogs. A lot of times the small dogs that get picked up underneath their chest here, they can actually irritate a rib where it connects to the vertebrae. So a lot of times they'll have tenderness, or they might only show it when they're walking. They might hold up a front paw because it's sore in that back area when they weight bear on the paw. Another thing that you notice if you are a small dog owner is when you scoop them up to pick them up, and if they ever yelp or they are reactive to that, that's typically a sign that that's irritating. So always scoop them from the butt as well and support the hind end when you lift them, not just up through the rib cage, because that can affect this area back here. And even Bo right now is pretty sensitive. I know he went on about a 10K trail run with me this morning, so he is a little bit sore, I think, just from running today, but that area is typically sensitive, so we have to be pretty careful. Come on, buddy. Good. So Bo is actually a little bit sensitive down on the right hind leg here in the hip flexor area. So, I mean, when you are putting pressure in there, you can just kind of hold it and you can massage it on your dog. It's something that you can do at home. You might find that there is some tenderness through there on them. A telltale sign that they might have some tightness through that hip flexor is that when you're, and I did another video that's showing good hip extension. Bo is not showing it today and he's acting up a little bit, but good hip extension should go all the way back. What you doing? Stay over there. What's over there? So right now he's a little tight. I would typically like to see a little bit more hip extension through him, through his hip, and that's something that I'll be working on the next few days with him, just so it opens back up to kind of go to his normal self, its normal range of motion. Sit. Sit. Stay, paw. Good boy. Perfect. Good. Paw. Good. Perfect. So honestly, it's as simple as that with checking and correcting a dog. And Bo just wants to play when he's up here a lot of times. But with your dog, if they come in with a specific injury, then we focus obviously a little bit more to the area. But a lot of times the adjustments are quick, easy, and they should be pain-free. Even though if the dog is sensitive in the area, they might be a bit reactive. But I never want to stress the dog out when being in here. And usually after a few visits, dogs come running over, and I typically bribe them with some treats. So hopefully that helped you guys, and hopefully it exposes you to a little bit of the world of animal chiropractic. Have a good day.